Hi, it's Don again, and the great day is finally here for you. This is the day that you're going to be having what they call your closing, and this is when you're going to come to a title company and the closing will occur. Well, let's find out what a closing is. Mark, what happens at a closing?
Well, it is an exciting time for buyers and sellers and realtors. That is the day in which, after the title company has done quite a bit of prep work, we get everybody together, normally the same time, normally the same place, although it doesn't have to be, and we sign the paperwork that is necessary to transfer title to a piece of property. What normally happens at a closing is that we will get a buyer here at a designated time. Let's say Mr. and Mrs. Smith are buying a piece of property. Mr. and Mrs. Smith will show up at the closing. They will come in. They will have to sign a lot of papers. Okay, if they have a lender, if they're borrowing money, which most people do, there will be quite a bit of paperwork for them to sign, both from our title company standpoint and from the lender's standpoint. And we go through that whole process with them. We go through each paper with them to kind of give a brief explanation of what each document is, what it means, how it affects them, why they need to sign it. And we go through and we get all those papers signed by the buyer. Many of them require a notary, so anyone who's doing the closing is normally a notary, and we notarize those documents right along with the paperwork. Once the buyer's done signing, then normally in another room we'll handle the seller's side of the closing, the person who's selling the property. And once again, we'll go through all of their paperwork. Some of it is the same, some of it is different. But we'll go through all the seller's paperwork and get all that signed. Once we have both parties fully signed all the paperwork, there is some transfer of money. The buyer and or the buyer's lender presents us with the funds necessary to purchase the property. We'll go ahead and leave the room, go take care of our business as far as making copies for all the customers, cutting the checks. That is our job at a title company, to actually handle all the money. When you come to a closing, you don't write a check to the seller, you write a check to the title company, and we handle the money. We put the money into our escrow account, and then we disperse all the funds out. That is part of our job, so that all the money is handled in a professional manner. And so we take care of writing all the checks necessary to handle all the bills necessary for the closing. We give everybody their copies, give everybody their money, and everybody leaves hopefully happy.
Happy, yes.
Buyers and sellers. The buyers have a new house, and the sellers have a little money to go buy another house. That's the way it's supposed to work. So that's when a closing takes place. Anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. If it lasts more than an hour, something must be wrong, but that's okay. Sometimes they do last a little more than an hour. That's about it for a closing. We like to have them as many times as we can, 4 or 8 a day if we could, that's for sure.
You betcha. Thanks a lot, Mark.
Thank you.